need to be here right now, into the staff of light that is in the center of your spine, gathering to you all of your energy right now, calling yourself back from people, places, situations in your life, and bringing all of your energy here right now. Using your breath to call yourself back from the past, back from any imagined future moment, and grounding and rooting yourself through the base of the spine, through your root chakra, right down into Mother Earth, wherever you are right now. You are on this sacred earth, rooting down, grounding, dropping your cords into her soil. We need strong roots right now to do the work that we have been asked to do on the planet, to bring the healing waters and frequencies and light that we have been asked to bring, to heal what has been left undone for generations. Let's create strong roots now, tendrils of energy down into the earth, moving around the rocks, blending with the roots of the trees, tapping into the deep healing waters inside of the earth, down into the underground geysers, the volcanoes, down through the fiery tunnels, down all the way through the minerals and the gems of Mother Earth, to the heartbeat of our Mother. Let's take a few breaths and just breathe in this heartbeat, this drum of our Mother Earth, of our only inhabitable planet that we know of in the cosmos. Let's send our gratitude, our thank you to Mother Earth. Through our roots like arms embracing her, thanking her for life, for all the blessings that we receive. Let's take a few big breaths and just draw up her healing energy up through our roots. All that you need this morning, all that you need to nourish your journey, all the sustenance she gives to us. Breathing it up through your roots and filling the pelvic bowl with that energy, filling the root, the base. And let's take a deep breath, and on the exhale, let's compost in Mother Earth. Letting out a sigh on the exhale and just dropping anything we don't need to carry with us anymore on this new moon. Anything we need to lay to rest. Letting it drop like an old shell, like an old husk, like an old seed pod that's no longer needed, like an old skin shedding back to the mother, that survival identity, that fear-based identity, that old war-based identity. Let's take a breath together and help release it for humanity, that old identity. Letting it go, sending our breath out, rippling out around the earth to help let go of that old survival identity of war and separation and enemies. And the time for that paradigm has come to a close in our world and in ourselves. We can no longer afford to fight. We can no longer afford to go to war. breaths. Let's make a sound together as we release it and compost it and give it back to the fire. Inviting Ma, Kali Ma, Durga Ma. To help us shed and release it for ourselves, for our families, relatives, and ancestors. And let's breathe up this new power, this new paradigm from the earth, this paradigm of cooperation, this paradigm of unity, this paradigm of love, bringing it into that survival chakra and shining the light. Let's open the base chakra like a cone of energy that extends down to the earth, allowing in all that wealth, all that abundance, all that support, immense support for each of us to be here at this time, to give our gifts at this time, to live fully, vibrantly alive, vibrantly radiant in our bodies. Let's use our hand now and bring it in front of your root chakra and just build the fire in your roots, calling up, swirling the red vortex of energy in your root chakra, expanding the center, bringing in wealth today, new abundance on the new moon. It's time for the resources and abundance to come to the healers, the teachers, the leaders, the visionaries. For us to receive so that we can give back, so that we can create the new forms that can heal our environment, that can heal our indigenous people, that can heal our families, that can remind us of who we are. And let's bring that energy up into the second chakra, building the fire, placing your hand now on your second chakra, feeling the fire of your passion growing stronger each day, the call inside of you to awaken, to heal, to be free, to reconnect with the joy of the innocent child. Let's bring a smile to the corner of our lips and smile down into our bellies, into all of our organs, into all the cells. And let's call in the magical child this morning, the one who is dancing this morning, the one who is singing this morning, the one who is painting, who is in the sheer joy of the moment of curiosity, without preconceptions, without conditions. See all the healing that we have done in this past time together, all of the healing of the child, and see the veils around the child melting now, the walls that separated this child from itself, that separated this child from love, that separated this child from healthy relationships. And let's recommit today on this new moon to caring for, to parenting, to championing this child inside of us, to listening to our bellies, to trusting the voice inside over all other voices. And taking a breath and just infusing this energy center with the orange light of your soul, the devotion of your soul, the sacred sexuality that you are here to experience in your body as a gateway to God, Goddess, all that is. Reclaiming the divine couple in your sex center. Yeshua, Magdalena, Sitaram, Shiva Shakti. Breathing that in. Let's lift it up now, using your hand to draw the energy into your power center. Placing your hand and feeling the heat now of your solar plexus, this sun that is burning brightly today. This sun that is burning through the clouds of illusion and confusion, of past errors and mistakes, of past paradigms of power over. Let's fill this will center today with divine will as your hand rests on it, joining my will with divine will. The will to evolve, the will to create new forms, to birth new possibilities, to break free of constriction, to break free of holding ourselves back, of apologizing for ourselves. Let's make a sound and just clear this energy center out this morning. That a few times as you just gently open the petals of the golden flower of your will, your personal will. The freedom to be a co-creator with the divine. The willingness to bring forth your visions, your dreams, your greater skills, your capacities. To not let anything hold you back from your destiny, from your dreams. Let's bring the hand up into the heart center and just feel this heartbeat here, both hands if you can, feeling this beautiful, magnificent heart inside of you, this love inside of you, this human capacity for love and tenderness and caring. And let's breathe in the divine heart today, the heart of the Holy Mother, Jai Ma, Ananda Ma. For it is said that when the minds of men go insane, that the only power great enough to save humanity is that of the Divine Mother. And she is awakening now in each one of you. She is returning to our field of awareness, the sacred feminine. Feeling her love now pouring into your heart, a chalice of divine love pouring now into your heart. Receiving that healing love that we might not have received from our mothers who were wounded by patriarchy, who could not give us the love. Calling in that divine mother love to heal our hearts, to surround us now with the breeze that's coming in, the breath of the mother surrounding us, the pure breath of the mother. Ananda Ma, Jai Ma. And I invite you once again to see your own mother in front of you now, to see your mother and her mother behind her, and her mother behind her, and the entire lineage of mothers. Let's take some breaths and send a healing wave through the lineage of the feminine, a wave of healing energy for the healing of the mother. Letting out some sighs as we do, forgiving, 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 being willing to forgive, seeing the forgiveness flowing from generation to generation to generation, generations of women forgiving ourselves for falling asleep, forgiving ourselves for forgetting our holiness, our divinity. And take a breath and let's call in the sacred masculine in our hearts, the love of the divine masculine of the Father. Seeing whatever deity of the masculine that is healing for you, Shiva, Yeshua, Krishna, healing of the masculine on our planet, from the wounding that has taken place, from the countless wars. And let's call in your Father and seeing your Father now in your heart. Seeing his totality, his wounds, his pain, his little boy, his inner child, and sending our love back to your Father and his Father behind him, and his Father behind him, and his Father behind him, all the way back. Asking and praying for a healing of the masculine on our planet, an awakening of the sacred masculine that lives in balance, and forgiveness to our fathers and their fathers, forgiveness to all men on the planet, extending our forgiveness on both sides to all of the men, praying for an awakening of the masculine. Let's just send our hands out for a moment from this vortex of Bali, calling in the holy mountains that are rising all around us, and the holy waterfalls that are purifying us, and all of those here that are saying prayers in the temples this morning, all the altars that have been blessed this morning in the new moonlight, placing our hands out, and let's send a healing prayer from Bali to the world, from Bali to the world. That all the men and the women of the world and the children and the elders may receive this blessing, may be healed in the waters that flow here, in the rivers that converge in the holy mountains. Sending out our breath, all of the breaths we've taken this week, for ourselves and our own healing, and for the healing of our mothers and our fathers, our sisters, our brothers, children, sending the breath out around the globe. And together, let's just lay our burdens down, taking your hands and just laying the burdens of your ancestors, whatever you might have carried on your shoulders, whatever you might have carried in your hearts, laying your burdens down at this altar. Go to be free. Let's rise the energy up now and bring your hands to your throat, that I may be an instrument. I may be an instrument. Each one of us are needed. That I may be an instrument of love for myself first, for my own sacred heart. That I may love myself and cherish myself. Care for this temple of the God, this temple of the deity, this temple of the spirit that dwells within me, that wants to use this life, that wants to use it to its fullest capacity for love. Activate the throat center now. Activate your voice, your words, your wisdom, your teachings, your lineage from lifetime. Let's call in our guides now, calling in our guides, calling in our masters, calling in the bodhisattvas, the Buddhas, the gods, the goddesses to channel through us, to paint, to write, to sing, to create, to design. See your projects receiving love this morning in the new moonlight. See your voice receiving the purity of this new moon. Imagine that it's rippling out now, like the sacred rivers of this land, rippling out to touch all the people that you've come to serve. Be it your children, be it your loved ones, be it the world. All that you've come to serve, the rivers are rippling out from our throats, out around the world in a blue wave of healing light. Lift it up to the third eye now, placing your hand on your forehead, seeing the violet flame in the center of your head and bringing the mountain going right into the third eye, or any holy mountain that you know, bringing it right into the third eye, the peak of that mountain, opening the higher vision in you, the bigger vision of your life, beyond the personality, beyond the story of I can, I can't, I am not, the vision, the eagle vision, the condor vision. Let's stand on that mountaintop together now. Let's all go to that holy mountain now together and stand in a circle in a beautiful temple of light, as if we could lift up in our rainbow bodies of light, lifting up and rising to the mountaintop, looking out now from this holy place at the expansive view of sky and ocean and islands and beauty, immense beauty, as if we could see all the way to the Himalayas now, as if we could see all the way to every holy mountain in the world, and all the holy mountains of the world are connected in one rainbow spectrum of light, and all of them are activated now to bring through the power of the divine, the power of the awakened masculine and the feminine, to heal the world, to restore the world. Let's lift it up now through the crown chakra, opening the arms up, expanding, allowing the crown, all those petals unfolding to the light, awakening, lifting up, extending the petals out to the day sky, listening and practicing, extending out your branches into the cosmos, the great sky, the masterpiece of divinity, the stars, the galaxies, the great central sun, beyond, the beyond, gate, parasam gate, bodhiswaha. Finding that great void, that great mystery, where all life emerges out of the nothing, comes everything, and from the everything back to the nothing. Let the flute take you, let it take you, let it take you to the mystery, the peace, the absolute, beyond birth, beyond life, beyond death, beyond the cycle of incarnation and reincarnation. This blessed touching, breathing, sensing, feeling, knowing, I am beyond, I am. Let's take some breaths and breathe in this absolute awareness, this greater expansiveness. Let's spiral back our awareness to this mountaintop where we are together in a great temple of light, where we are connected to all divinity. And this group and all groups and all individuals that are listening, we circle together now. This group, this 13-pointed star here, joining our energy now as souls, as divine beings. Let's send our light from this greater temple to one another through our hearts and our third eyes, thanking each other for holding space. Let's just send the light, creating a beautiful mandala of light, a beautiful pattern, diamonds of light, creating a brilliant light around our circle now, around you now. And let's call in the highest master. They can come now into the center of our mandala, a great great master of higher purpose. Taking a breath and calling in this great being that spans many dimensions, that is beyond the earth. Let's call this light into the center of our 13-pointed star. Seeing its light, feeling its power, seeing its ripple. Using your breath now. And imagining that this being touches each of us on the crown with a golden feather of light. Anointing your crown chakra with higher purpose, with divinity, with freedom, with purpose, with possibility. And taking a big breath and imagining that this enlightened one touches your third eye with a vision of what's next for you as you take your next step from here. What's possible for your life. And this deity takes the feather and touches your heart and your throat, touching divine love and expression from your heart, activating the jewels in your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown. And this master activates the solar plexus, the belly, and the root, activating the codes of light within you. And let's take a big breath as we receive a download of this next journey that you are beginning today. Is offering each of you a rod of initiation, a rod of light that is part of what you've stored here in Mount Agum, that you kept here so that when you were ready, you could return. When you had evolved enough, grown enough, matured enough. Place your hands out in front of you and ask to receive this rod of light that has the codes of light of what your purpose is now, what you're really here for. It will give you the vision, the stamina, the energy. Let's reach out our hands and take this pulsating rod of power, rod of light, and draw towards your energy body, vertical with your spine, placing it in our heart and in our belly, a rod of light that vibrates with our spine, that extends down into the earth and up into the sky. Feel it reverberating throughout your body now, activating the DNA, clearing the old cellular memories and the codes of limitation and separation, and activating the codes of unity, the codes of awakening. Let's take a few breaths and just receive it through every DNA spiral in your body, through your brain stem, through the back of your brain, your frontal lobe, throughout your entire being and in each energy center, receiving this activation of light, of empowerment, of holiness. And as you're ready, let's bring our hands into prayer position in front of your heart. And I invite you to receive now a vision of what is next from you, what is next for you and from you as you move forward from this space. As you take all that you have learned here, all that you have healed here, as you leave behind all that you have felt, release, cried, grieved, as you leave it behind, what is next? What is next in your relationships? father or a mother or a husband or a wife, a lover, a partner, a daughter, a son. What is possible for you now? As divinity incarnated in a body, what is possible for your life that ripples out, that is an offering to your family, to your community, to your planet? What is possible? What is possible for the planet? What is possible for humanity? See it. What is possible for the environment? What is possible for the oceans? See it. What is possible now? Let's place our hands open in front of our hearts to receive a gift from the Great One that will help us to remember what is possible and what is inevitable as we each awaken more and more fully to this miraculous gift of grace that is life. Receive an object, a symbol, a blessing into your hands, a seed, whatever it is, receive it, accept it, say yes to it. Let's all say it together. Yes. Yes to the gift. Yes to the gift of life. Yes to the gift. Yes to the gift of my life unfolding in the highest way possible as I give up the fight, as I give up the struggle, as I surrender fully. Thank you. Thank you. Let's take it in our hands in a prayer now. Let's take our precious breath and breathe it into our hands. Feel the prayer between your hands of what's possible now. Lift it up and set it free. Offering it out to the world, to the mountaintops, to the rivers, to the divine ones, to the holy ones, to all beings everywhere. May it be so. It is so. And as you're ready, bring your hands back to your heart and your belly. Let's call ourselves all the way back from the holy mountain, flying back into this room, fully into the body. Let's just touch our beautiful body temples, blessing them with love, with light, peace, with well-being. May I be loved. May I be happy. May I know peace. Namaste. Yourself, namaste, this group. And as you're ready, we'll just bow down to the ground, blessing the earth with our meditation this morning.